Hey, welcome back to Crimes and Closets. This is Christy in my closet in St. Louis.
And this is Beth in my closet in North Carolina.
And this is Wanda joining Beth in her closet in North Carolina.
Yeah.
Except well we're done, not really. Wanda. We didn't even prep you for that.
I pointed at her, and so she caught on. She's a quick study. This is my best friend, Wanda, that lives in North Carolina, and she lives just up the road from me. I've probably talked about her on here, but we're on vacay together. Yes. So we're not really in North Carolina or a closet. We're in a kitchen.
We lied. We're at the river.
Yeah, a kitchen in an undisclosed location.
Yes.
Oh, for the rest of this week.
It.
Yeah. You need to come to it.
I know. I wish I had because I've been literally so bored here this week. I'm like, man, I should have been going somewhere.
Yeah, I told you to come.
I know.
Oh, well.
Anyway, happy Monday.
Happy Monday. Welcome.
Sorry, by the way, that we did not warn you guys about not having episodes earlier in the month, and we won't have one on the 29th. I'm putting that in there now. I know we said it last week, but I'm putting it in there again because people complained.
Yes. Did they?
Well, not really a lot, but just people noticed that we were gone.
Where were you? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I did see a couple of messages that were like, oh, I didn't get an episode didn't drop this morning.
Yeah, it wasn't really a complaint. I don't want to say that about anybody. It wasn't. It was just like, hello.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. Listen, August is full on, September is full on and double packed. So don't hate on us.
No, we're doing what we can.
Yeah. I'm sunburnt. Wanda's bug bit.
Oh,
yeah.
The bugs.
Have you loved the vacation?
I do. It's a little slice of utopia.
It is.
Here. And the community is amazing.
Yeah. We've been making great food.
Yes.
Oh, yum.
We're going tonight, as of recording tonight, to eat blue crabs, which is amazing. We're super excited about that.
Yeah.
With several friends, which will be fun.
Yes.
You get to meet more. She's met so many people. So, yeah, we saw horses.
But all these people have known each other their entire lives.
Mm-hmm.
It's amazing.
So it's been fun because they have all these stories and the community is fantastic here.
Yeah, it really is. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
That's
maybe
cool.
looking at houses.
Oh, that was the first thing
to be a part of the community.
She already is. That's the thing about this place. You're here for an hour. You're here for life.
That's awesome.
It's fun. So we're actually jumping in the river whenever we get off here, hoping that that's not thunder that I hear.
Oh, yeah. Please, no. That would not be fun for you. No.
Yeah. Anyway.
Well, speaking of community, don't we have a new member of our community?
We do, yes. We have a new Patreon closet sister, Oda.
Mm-hmm.
I hope that we're saying that right. We literally did the howtopronounce.com in a couple different dialects, and we didn't not try, but it still might not be right. And I'm so sorry. And we appreciate you. And it's a lovely name, however you say it. And if you want to write in and tell us how to say it correctly, I will correct myself.
Yeah. People do that.
I know
that a lot, actually.
Town names.
Yeah. Which is great because we do want to say it right. It's just sometimes even when we do look it up, it just comes out a different way.
Well, right.
Yeah.
Especially for us Southerners, right?
Yeah. We don't say anything correctly.
Yeah, for sure you don't.
Yeah. She makes fun of me all the time.
I don't say anything right either. Yours are funny.
More right than me, yeah. Yes, ma'am. Yeah. What other orders of business do we have today?
Well, I would like to bring up the Peddle the Cause event that we are participating in. So I have mentioned it.
Did we talk about this?
We have mentioned it, I believe, before, or I posted about it. Well, I know I posted about it. Somewhere along the line, we have let the community know. But Peddle the Cause is an event to raise money to cure cancer, and it is here in St. Louis. And for my 20-year cancer-free anniversary, which is this year, 2024, I made a team, and Beth joined the team, and we'll be riding in the event along with several other of our buddies coming into town to do that, which is fun. So we are raising money. A few of you have actually already donated because
yes, thank you so much, by the way.
Yes. Yeah, and I will put links to donate if you'd like to on our social media and whatnot. But we were thinking that whoever for the next 2 months, for August and September, if you are a Patreon member, your $3 for those 2 months will go towards the Pedal the Cause event. So if you are a current Patreon or if you join in August and September and you are a member, we will be donating your funds,
100% of
100% of them, to our Pedal the Cause fundraiser.
Yes.
So
all our Patreon profits will go to the cause for cancer research.
So not only will you get all of the content that we have on there, but you will also be helping a huge cause
and celebrating
and
Christy.
Beth.
Yeah, and
It's not even
celebrating
about celebrating me. I just want to do something to raise money for that. And
right. But it is to celebrate you too.
it's a reason.
And
we're riding
to
20
also,
miles, 21 miles really, but I just keep saying 20 because
yeah, and to give back also to people that we've lost.
yes.
And do it in their honor as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So if you feel so inclined, go ahead and go join our Patreon, and for 2 months your money will go there, or you can just click the link and donate whatever you feel like donating.
Yeah. Or if you're like Wanda, you're going to ride the 21 miles with us.
Oh, man.
Just kidding.
Come on, welcome to St. Louis.
You can come.
I cannot tell you how many years it's been since I have been on a bicycle.
Mm-hmm. Bikes are no joke. Mm-hmm.
I would injure myself for sure.
Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's all right. We're going to see how it goes. Just training away.
I'll be rooting y'all on from North Carolina.
Okay. I'll take that.
Yeah. We'll take that.
Yeah.
And then I have one more order of business before we dive in, unless you have something else.
Nope.
Okay. The case you're about to hear, we did not have a sentencing for our perpetrator while we were recording. So stay tuned after our tagline for a quick update on the sentencing, because it was done in May and I updated at the end. So you got to keep.
And I also am excited to hear it.
Yeah.
Because this case is quite a needed to be sentenced.
It's
hardly.
It's not a good case. It's not going to be fun, guys. So
Happy Monday.
Happy Monday, and hold on to your pants. So,
yep.
Anyways. All right. Are we good to go then?
We're good to go. Give it to
me. All right. Here we go. Okay. So this case was suggested to us over on Facebook by Sandy. Pretty sure.
Okay, Sandy. Oh, yeah. Sandy is a longtime listener.
Yeah. And has quite a few suggestions from what
I think so.
Remember. So
wait,
anyway,
is this Sandy from Vermont?
Sandy L.
Yeah, I think she's our Vermont listener.
Oh, okay. I can't.
If I'm
remember.
wrong, I'm sorry, Sandy.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if I'm wrong.
Yeah. Well, this is a horrible case. It's involving a child, some really crappy situations, and lack of protection of this child by government offices.
Great.
Yeah. I know. I've told you a million times you're going to hate it, and you're going to hate it.
Yeah, I'm just going to go.
Yeah, I'll just talk to the wall. It's fine.
Okay. That's a nice wall.
It is nice. All right. Harmony Renee Montgomery. Isn't that a cute name?
Harmony.
Mm-hmm.
I'm done.
Yeah, I know.
Oh.
And she's the same age, or would have been the same age as my youngest.
No, which is the same age as my middle.
Yes. Yes, Harmony Renee Montgomery was born on June 7th, 2014. As I said, same age as my youngest, so did make it kind of difficult for me to read about.
Yeah, she's a Gemini, too.
Oh,
I love Geminis.
Well, I don't know anything about Geminis. But if they're anything like sweet Harmony, then I like them, too. Okay, so she was born to Crystal Story and Adam Montgomery. Crystal was living in your favorite state of Massachusetts
at
the time, and she was a single mom, so they were not together.
Okay.
Adam was in prison.
Okay.
And based on the research that I did, I think it's because he shot a man during a drug deal 6 months before Harmony was born.
Yikes.
But I can't be totally certain. It's just like based on the timing of everything.
Okay.
Both of her parents had trouble with substance abuse. And Harmony, unfortunately, did not escape this, as she was partially, and I'm thinking that she was born this way, but partially blind in her left eye. And she also had some behavioral needs as she grew older.
Okay. Do we know the cause of the partial blindness?
I'm just thinking maybe it was because of drugs, like
interesting
drug use during pregnancy, but I don't know.
Huh.
Like maybe something didn't fully form.
Oh, wow. Okay.
You know, I mean,
yeah. I
don't
know the behavioral issues can certainly be
right
from that. Yeah, for sure.
But if you've got like things like, you know, if it's during a crucial forming of your eyes, maybe something didn't completely go well. And so, you know, I don't know. I know things can happen with hearing, for eyes, you know, growth of your limbs. Lots of different things can happen if it's during the stage of that point of your growth, I think.
Wow.
Anyway. Okay, so when Harmony was 2 months old, Crystal lost custody of her due to neglect related to drug use. Harmony was placed in a foster care home. This would happen 3 times between August of 2014 and September of 2018. So in 4 years, she like loses custody, gets it back, loses custody, gets it back.
All right.
Crystal would give birth to Harmony's half-brother, Jameson, in 2016. So the two were taken away together when it happened.
Okay. Well, good. That's good that they kept them together.
Yeah. They went to the same foster home, and the foster mother said Harmony was a great big sister. She was social, intelligent, and happy. She looked after Jameson like she was a much bigger kid than she was.
Yeah. She took on that like maternal role.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. In 2018, that was the last time that Crystal had lost custody, and Jameson was adopted by another family.
Oh, just Jameson.
Yes.
Oh,
I don't know the circumstances surrounding that. If there was a possibility of like maybe she didn't know where Jameson's dad was, or Jameson's dad had signed away his rights, then maybe he was just more ready and able to be adopted.
Oh, true. Because if dad is in prison, maybe they couldn't get him to like agree to let Harmony be adopted at the same time. Oh, that's sad.
Well, and he's out at this time.
Oh, okay.
So that could be the reason why both of them could not be adopted. But I don't know. Again, this is all like me just like going on like knowledge of some things and whatever. So, but he was adopted. Jameson was adopted. Adam, Harmony's birth father, was released from prison in September of 2015. So like just over a year after she was born. And he moved to New Hampshire at that point.
Okay.
He does not attempt to contact DCF in Massachusetts to arrange visits with Harmony for a whole year. So in 2016, he did. He visited her for several months, once a month, and then all of a sudden it stopped. And then almost a year after that, he visits with her again. So it's like very sporadic.
Okay.
So he's in her life probably just enough to make her unable to, you know, go down the path of being adopted.
I understand. Okay.
You know?
Toe in the line.
Right. Not that he's doing that on purpose, but I'm figuring
No, I'm sure he's just getting out of prison, substance abuse issues, trying to get his life together, obviously, which is admirable.
Well, maybe.
Oh, we're not going to like Adam, are we? Oh,
no, we don't like Adam at all.
No.
Okay, so takes another year, starts visits again, and this would be basically the 9th time in her entire life that she's seen her father. And so she's like 4 or 5 at this point. Not very old. In December of 2018, the Massachusetts DCF requests a home study to be done by the New Hampshire DCF to be done at Adam Montgomery's home in Manchester, New Hampshire. So apparently he is going down the process of getting custody of her. And so they're like, okay, well, we need you to do a home study. New Hampshire, please do that since now he's in that state. Blah, blah, blah. Apparently, though, it is stated that it did not contain information it needed to initiate the home study. So it was never done, which I have no idea what information it could be lacking. Because if you just say, hey, DCF, do a home study.
His address, maybe?
I don't know. It said there was some sort of information missing for this request. It's interesting. It's ridiculous. Okay. So this is never done. Adam is now remarried and has 2 small children with his new wife, Kayla. 2 little boys.
And they're his children?
They're his children.
Okay.
Yes. In February of 2019, Massachusetts grants legal custody of Harmony to Adam with no home study having been completed.
Well, how'd that happen?
That's a good question. I will say, since this case, both New Hampshire and Massachusetts have both revisited their policies on this kind of matter. So
Yikes.
I don't know what was changed, but apparently they have both gone into some investigative research and have changed some policies. Crystal had a FaceTime call with Harmony for Easter of 2019, and then after that, she had no contact with her. I believe there was a plan for her to have a visit with Harmony for Thanksgiving that year, according to what she's saying.
So did she have visitation rights, or was it a violation of court that she didn't have contact? I'm just curious.
I don't think so.
Okay.
No, I don't think so. I think Adam got custody. He was being like civil with her for a time, was allowing her to like talk to her and visit with her. But I don't think it was court mandated that it happened.
Okay, understood.
In July of 2019, an anonymous call was made to DCF about abuse allegations. The caller said that Harmony had a black eye, and this call would later be discovered was made by Adam's uncle, Kevin. Kevin had been living with them for a time, and he went away to Florida for a trip. And when he returned, he noticed the black eye. And when asked about it, he says that Adam allegedly stated that I bashed her around the house some.
Adam.
So
well,
Kevin,
thank you, Kevin, for calling. Yes. See something, say something. Thank you.
Right. Even if you're anonymous, that's what you want to do because you don't want to like get in the middle and have somebody be mad at you. That's clearly violent.
And how old was she at this point? I'm sorry. I think you said
2019. She's just 5.
Oh, no. Mm-hmm. No.
Yeah. Okay, so Kevin places the call to authorities. DCF come out, and at the exact moment that they're pulling in, Adam is like pulling out of the driveway with Harmony in the car. So they were like, well, we'll have to come back. We'll have to follow up another time because they're not home. They don't follow up for a couple of weeks, and by then this is just like
weeks.
Mm-hmm. By then this is just like a red mark under her eye, and they were like, well, she was playing with her siblings, and she got whacked in the eye with a toy, and whatever. And DCF was like, okay, seems fine. So they leave Harmony there. So police were called to the Montgomery home 10 times between February of 2019 and October of 2019. So just in this like 8-month span of time, 10 times.
Yeah.
Basically like more than, once a month at least. A couple times, twice a month, probably.
Okay.
I don't know what they were called for. It's not
I was just
stated.
getting ready to say for what? Oh, no.
Not stated. Adam never brought Harmony for that visit that Crystal was thinking she had for Thanksgiving. She's like, okay, he never showed up. So Crystal filed a missing persons report. When Adam was questioned by New Hampshire authorities, he was like, Crystal came to get her on Thanksgiving and took her to live with her. Which,
okay.
To me is like, well, wait a minute. She lost custody. You have legal custody. Is that just what's supposed to happen? Like, just because she's her birth mom, you're supposed to just be like, okay, fine, she can go live with you? Like, I feel like there's got to be some like...
And you don't file a missing persons report or call DCF and be like, hey, she stole my kid?
Right. No. It was like, he was like, no, this is our agreement. She came, took her, and now she's lived with her. Anyway. Okay. So there's just not much follow-up at all. Because I think that police in Massachusetts are like, well, Crystal, you don't have custody of this child anyway. So you can't file this missing persons report because she's not supposed to be in your care. I don't know. I'm just assuming.
But she's missing.
Well, but they're like, she's supposed to be living with her dad. Like, that's where she's supposed to be. The fact that she didn't show up for your Thanksgiving visit is irrelevant because it's not something that's supposed to be legally happening anyway. So she's not missing if she's living with her dad. But then New Hampshire goes and does check, but he's like, she's missed. And I just feel like there was a disconnect in their communication. So like nobody really knew that the other one was saying the other was living. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I do, but like, can someone find this child?
Yeah. Yeah. Somebody
Can we lay eyes on her?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So, all right. Sorry. Kayla much later on, will come out and say that Adam had told her that the day after Thanksgiving, he was driving Harmony to Crystal's. So
Kayla is his new wife.
Yes.
Okay.
She doesn't say this for a long time after, but there's like 3 stories. Crystal's like, she's supposed to be here. She's not. She's living with dad. Dad's like, nope. Mom came and took her. And now new wife is saying, well, Adam told me that he drove her to Crystal's, not that Crystal came to get her. So lots of stories going on here that don't make any sense to me. Okay. So it is stated that they called Crystal. I don't remember if it was New Hampshire or Massachusetts, but one of the authorities who had said, heard from Adam, no, she's living with Crystal. So they called Crystal and said, hey, do you have her? Because this is what we're being told. And they left a message for her and she never called them back. And they didn't follow up at all after that. To me, there needs to be a little bit more follow-up than you left someone a voicemail, because there's a lot of people out there that do not listen to voicemails.
I've seen people hunt harder for a missing purse.
Yeah.
And this is a child.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh.
In late 2019, Adam and Kayla and their children were evicted from their home, and they move into a homeless shelter, and at times they live in their car as well. That's just a little side note.
That's sad.
It is sad. 2 years later, in September of 2021, so we've gone 2 years from when somebody says they filed a missing persons report, and we don't have confirmation as to where she is.
And so when they go to the homeless shelter, there's no 5 to 7 year old kid.
They aren't looking for
girl.
Her. They went that one time. And he said she was living with mom. They made a phone call, and that's where it ended, and left a voicemail. So nobody was looking for her. Another family member in 2021 of Crystal's calls authorities about the fact that she has not heard from Harmony since 2019. I don't know. I'm assuming maybe they were trying to help her out because maybe no one cared what Crystal was saying. So let me get involved too. So anyways, because there's lots of holes in general. DCF takes a look at this point. Harmony's 5 again. No, she's not. She should be 7. Yeah. They confirm that she's not registered in school in New Hampshire or Massachusetts. So that's a problem because at this point, legally, she should be registered or at least
first or second grade.
Yeah. She should be registered somewhere or on a list as being homeschooled. There should be some sort of record of her. In November of 2021, Crystal states that she makes another call to the police about not seeing her, but police will state that this is the only call that they have on record of her making to them, which is bull because there was a hole in looking for her.
Yeah, and they called her back. Yeah, they called her and left a message. So why would they have called her if she'd never know? Sorry, guys.
Yeah. I'm wondering if it's they were Massachusetts police. New Hampshire called and left her a message to ask her. But still, there had to be communication between Massachusetts and New Hampshire for them to even go and look for her. Anyway, it's such a shit show. This thing is it's ridiculous.
And and it's a baby.
Yep. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yep, she's very little. Okay, so DCF now is we're going to locate the Montgomery family because now they've been evicted. They've been in homeless shelters in their car. They don't really know where they are for sure. They're unsuccessful. So a month later, they inform police, and police start searching for Adam and his family. They eventually would interview some other family members, and those family members would inform them that they believe that this was an abusive environment too. They are on Uncle Kevin's side here. Something was going on. She had that black eye that one time. They said that she was made to clean the toilet with her own toothbrush.
Come on.
And made to stand in the corner for hours at a time for punishment.
Why is it that abusive people always freaking do that corner thing?
I don't know.
I'm not saying if you do a corner thing, you're abusive, but it's so consistent.
Well, but I have a feeling for that exact reason, because it doesn't seem like it's abusive to be go stand in that corner quietly and don't move. If you do it for 5 minutes, because that's what you do for a 5-year-old, a minute for every year that they're born or whatever.
Yeah,
7 years.
That's the rule.
But not for hours.
Right.
So I think people are I'm not abusing them. They're standing in a corner. But it is. It's physical abuse when they're standing there for hours and they can't do that because they're not.
Yeah.
Okay. So on December 31st, 2021, they find Adam living in his car with a new girlfriend. So he's not with Kayla and the kids anymore. He's with somebody else.
Well, maybe that's good for the other kids.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it definitely is good for the other kids. So they state he's not cooperative and he's refusing to give any information about where Harmony is. So he's just like, nope, not talking about this. Early in 2022, the FBI get involved and they search the property where the Montgomerys lived before they were evicted.
Which is where Harmony was.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. They searched for 2 days, including like in the backyard. Nothing was found though.
Oh.
On January 4th, 2022, Adam is arrested and charged with second-degree assault, interference with custody, and endangering the welfare of a child. Because they don't have like any proof that anything happened, but clearly he's supposed to have custody of his child and he doesn't. So
wonder what the assault was.
I think because of Kevin's initial
that black
report,
guy. Mm-hmm.
And then the other family members saying, yeah, we've seen stuff that we think is abusive too. Just kind of help their case. So they were just asking for anyone that had information about Harmony to come forward. They do arrest Kayla for welfare fraud because they were still getting these checks for Harmony, even though Harmony was nowhere to be found. So I think they were just kind of trying to like, what can we charge you with to like hopefully
make
get you to
start talking? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thanks for showing up now, police.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Sorry.
The new girlfriend, this is just a total side note, it has nothing to do with the case, but it was just interesting. The new girlfriend would be found dead a few months later, like in a park, like really random. But they said not connected at all. So my guess is it's probably like a drug overdose since Dad had an issue with substance abuse. I'm assuming that he just fell back into his old ways. And
she was also
part of it. Yeah. April of 2022, they add more charges to Adam's arrest. He had apparently stolen a rifle and a shotgun back in 2019, and these charges were just getting like caught up to him. So he's now got this abuse, or the assault, the interference with custody, endangering the welfare, and now all these like stolen weapons charges.
Okay.
By June of 2022, they have tips coming in, but investigators do not reveal from who they're getting these tips.
Uncle Kevin. I'm just kidding.
I like saying Uncle Kevin. It does lead to a search of the apartment that Kayla and Adam had moved into in February of 2020. So after they got evicted, they did have an apartment for a short time.
Okay.
After homeless shelters. They hauled their refrigerator out of that apartment and also had a plumbing team come in to search the sewers. Again,
oh, no.
I don't know. At that point, they don't know what information is given, but something's leading them to do these searches.
Mm-hmm.
In August of 2022, investigators reveal in a news conference that they believe Harmony was killed back in December of 2019.
Mm-hmm.
And they are now declaring it a homicide investigation.
Good. Okay.
They formally arrest Adam and charge him with second-degree murder on October 24th, 2022. Kayla Montgomery had come forward and told investigators exactly what happened to Harmony. So that's who came forward to lead them to do the search of the apartment.
Oh, so she was the anonymous tip?
She was initially. I mean, it was not it was not anonymous to the police. The police were just not saying who came forward with information that led them to it.
Well, I think it's really interesting too, even going back to like Uncle Kevin, because he was anonymous at first.
Mm-hmm.
They were scared of Adam, which like when you have to be anonymous, it's like automatic insinuated fear.
Yeah.
That I just wanted to point out.
Yes, 100%. They were definitely, I would be afraid of him.
Okay.
Kayla states that Harmony had issues with potty training, which is kind of interesting because her foster mom had said that she was completely potty trained at the age of 2.5, and she had kind of done it all on her own.
Mm-hmm.
And so she didn't start having issues with that until she was placed back with Dad.
Which is a sign of several things. Yes. As we
exactly
know.
What I just wrote. The common telltale sign of abuse when they start having accidents out of nowhere that didn't happen before. So on December 7th, 2019, Adam was repeatedly hitting Harmony in the face for having an accident in the car that they were living in.
Oh my gosh.
He then stopped hitting her. She was in the back of the car. She was just laying there. She made some sounds for a bit and then became quiet. They drove to several places. I don't remember where, but several places, and made stops, but they never checked in on Harmony. They just assumed she was like laying down in the back. And when they did finally stop to check on her, it was apparent that she was dead.
He
Adam
beat her to death?
for having an accident in the car.
Oh my gosh.
Adam then put her body into a duffel bag. He would leave the duffel bag out at times in the snow in order to slow the rate of decomposition. They moved in with Adam's mother at one point after they got evicted, and he kept the duffel bag in a cooler in the hallway of the apartment building.
What in the holy heck?
They then moved into the shelter, and the duffel bag started to leak, so he put it inside a trash bag and put that into a vent shaft in the ceiling in the shelter. When others in the shelter started to complain about a smell that they could smell, he started to take the bag to work every day and keep it in the freezer at work. Mind you, he was a cook and dishwasher at Portland Pie Company, so he's putting it in the freezer with, like, food that they're...
This is diabolically disgusting.
It is appalling. Every bit of this. I'm sorry that I'm even saying it, but it needs to be told because...
Yes, this is a child.
And this isn't like 1989 where DCF is probably still learning. I don't even know when DCF happened. But anyway, like, you're in 2019 when this happened, and they don't have their crap together between states to, like, make sure that this didn't happen.
Find this baby.
Yeah. Okay, so when they moved into that apartment that they had for a short time in 2020, he bought a, like, power grinder and other materials and used them to try and destroy what was left of her small body, even, like, adding lime to it to try and disintegrate the rest of it. Kayla said one day she walked into the bathroom and saw him over the tub where he was running hot water over the remains, trying to rinse her down the drain. Hence why police had those plumbing experts come to search the pipes and sewers.
I am sick.
Okay. Oh, maybe you should close your ears for this one. Because I'm about to add that police did go back to the shelter. Like, after hearing stuff, they go back to the shelter where they had hid her in that vent shaft. And they found deep bloodstains in that vent shaft, and smelled decomposition, along with finding fingerprints and palm prints belonging to Adam.
So this was actually true.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah. In the spring of 2020, Kayla said Adam rented a U-Haul to transport and get rid of the rest of her remains, whatever was left of this poor child's body. Kayla had no idea where he went to do that, so she couldn't give him any information on that. Adam maintains his innocence and is saying that Kayla is the one who was violent and killed Harmony, but no one believes him. Prosecutors decide to take Adam to trial separately for the weapons charges and the murder charges, even though they kind of happened around the same time. But first was the weapons charge, and he's found guilty in 2023 and sentenced to 32.5 to 75 years in prison for that. Which seems like a lot. I guess he also was violating parole and stuff by having these weapons.
Well, yeah, and I think they probably do not like him at all, and so they're just throwing all the books at him, which they should, because...
Yeah, 1,000%.
Yeah.
Agree. The trial for the murder of Harmony was set for February 8th, 2024. So that just, like, happened not too long ago. Adam chooses to not be in attendance for the trial, which I hate that they can, like, have that right to just not be present and not hear all of that. Like, I don't know. You should have to sit through it to me. Like, listen to what people have to say. Is this
the first case that's ever even happened?
Yeah.
They weren't present for their own trial?
Yeah.
Wow. What a coward.
Kayla would testify for close to 3 days on the events that led to Harmony's death, and how after her death, his rage got so bad and it turned on to her and whatever. So I'm assuming that's why she ended up getting out of that relationship. Defense attorneys tried to spin the idea that Kayla had a hand in her death while she's testifying, but I don't think that went anywhere. Like, nobody believed that was the case. She was not a good human for not reporting any of this and still collecting welfare checks.
Yes. Also that. Okay. You should be punished for that.
Yes. And she does. She's out of prison now, but she does get some sort of sentencing. I don't know. I didn't focus on that part of it. But anyway, they don't believe that she had anything to do with her actual death, except for hiding it. The trial ends on February 21st, and the jury takes 1 day to deliberate, and they find Adam guilty of second-degree murder and falsifying physical evidence. He's scheduled to be sentenced on May 9th of 2024, which unfortunately is after we record this because we're so far ahead.
Well, yes, but it is so soon, though. Well, I guess not so soon, but yeah.
It'll be before this drops. So I'll be sure to like keep an eye out on that and like add it in if he was sentenced or what he was sentenced to. He's also, by the way, choosing to not be in attendance for his sentencing.
That's awesome. Now that I don't think should be allowed, because when they do sentencing is when they do victim impact statements. And I think they absolutely need to look the family in the eye for sure. 100%. I think that should be mandatory.
Oh, yeah. I will say, I think what I read was that he is applying, or I don't know, putting the request in to exercise his right not to be. So I don't think that has been approved yet, but he is attempting to not be present. So we'll find out at, I guess, sentencing. Harmony should have never been placed in his custody. Had that home study actually been done, and a background check is done when a home study is done, I know for a fact, I've had many of them, no judge would have given him custody. They would have done supervised visits at the bare minimum, and even at trial periods with DCF, like visiting quite often until they were comfortable with her being where she was. Courts love to keep families together, but we need to be more diligent when we're doing this.
Yes. Like, you can't just leave a message and not call back and just be like, cool. I guess even the 5-year-old's okay.
Even between state lines. Because I'm sorry, all of our adoptions were between state lines. We traveled and then brought them back. And there was still conversation between everybody that was involved about the whereabouts and our care of our children, all of that. And it all should have been followed with that. Regardless of that he was the biological father. Like, he had a history. He needed to have that same diligence being done. So Adam's past was quite lengthy. This is why I'm saying all this. He had a history of violence. He had shot a man, which I already mentioned, 6 months before she was born.
Over drug deals, we think. Yeah.
In 2010, he was convicted for attacking 2 women with a gun. He was a suspect in a cold case from 2008 where a man was found shot in a parking lot, and his own family had contact with this man earlier that day and a plan to meet this man in that parking lot that day. Don't know if this was like a family dispute and Adam was like, forget it, I'm taking it into my own hands, and he shot him, but he was always the prime suspect. They just could never prove anything, so he was never arrested.
Wow.
Plus then those weapons charges from 2019, so he had stolen weapons after all of that. Anyways, the Massachusetts judge awarded him custody of that child without any of this being done, and 10 months later she was dead. So you know that guy
and also abused in between that time. We know. Well, Uncle Kevin knows.
Yes, Uncle Kevin and other family members know.
Yeah.
Just huge missteps.
System fails.
Yes. Harmony's remains have never been found. The police say that they are determined to find her. But Adam denies involvement in it and knowledge as to where she is. So unless he opens up, I don't even know if they have any idea where to even look. Like, where did he drive that U-Haul? I'd imagine though, tracking the phone and tracking the U-Haul, I'm imagining that they must have
CCTV.
Yeah. I don't know. A judge granted Crystal's request recently on March 12th, 2024 to declare her legally dead because there's no remains. So they declared her legally dead. They also granted...
that's interesting. He's been tried for her murder, but she's not declared legally dead?
I know. I think that's probably why they declared it, because they were like, well, we've already tried her for the murder. So yeah, she should have been declared legally dead before.
Right.
Anyway. But I don't know. It's again, this is like a very foggy timeline here.
Yeah.
She was also granted her request to become the administrator of Harmony's estate as long as she meets certain conditions, because clearly she's got a past of her own. So they don't want her just whatever. She's going to seek wrongful death suits, and I'm assuming in both states.
Right.
So,
right.
There you have.
Wow. And he's got other children.
Yeah, at least 2 others. I don't know if there was any before that weren't mentioned. Because who would want to associate with him? I wouldn't.
Well, you're right. I hated this case. That was heartbreaking. And also, I looked a picture up of her, and oh my geez.
How cute is she with her little glasses?
I cannot. And she is pigtails. Baby. Like, little bit. She is the cutest little bit.
Yes. I love her.
Oh my gosh.
I should have asked Sandy how she, well, I guess this is like up in her neck. If she is from Vermont, it's like up in her neck of the woods ish. So it probably would have been like a big deal up there news wise.
Yeah. I my heart just hurts so badly for Mom who tried to get other people to help her try. Can you, and it's like, we say it in a timeline, like, and then this many months went by and she called again. And then this many months went by, but like, imagine what she was going through in those months, like wondering where her baby was.
Yep.
Powerless to get help to figure it out. Like,
yeah,
it's horrific. The whole thing is terrible. I hated it. Happy Monday to you guys that don't listen to our podcast because it's not over here. Well, you know what? Somebody needs to talk about it. This is how we create change. This is how we further things.
Yeah.
Her life had meaning. It mattered. And we hope to God this doesn't happen to any other kids.
Yeah. I know.
So thank you for delving in and telling Harmony's story.
You're welcome. I hated it.
Because I also hated it and didn't put as many hours into it as you. I've only been here for 35 minutes. So yeah, that's hard. I'm glad I didn't get this case.
I know. I have to go back and look because some people like will write something in and be like, this one shouldn't be Beth's, but
yeah. I'm trying to do a better job.
No, I know, but people just know how hard. I mean, it's not easy for me either, but
sure. No, I don't know how some of the worst cases that we have ever done have been yours. I feel like.
I don't know. I can't even think of them. I feel like I
have
my
one
brain.
in specific that somebody wrote me and asked, like, or maybe it was like my turn and somebody wrote, or I don't know if they wrote me personally. And I was like, no, I'm not doing that case. And then you did it.
Oh gosh, which one was it? I don't remember.
Angie Houseman.
Oh, yeah.
The one that was in the woods.
The Missouri one.
Yeah. Somebody wrote me and I was like, I'm not doing that case.
Yeah.
I know about that case. I'm not doing it. Like, I don't know what it is about. And I still sometimes like think about her and that, like, that was a bad one. This is right up there.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's awful. She's so go come find us on social media and look at the picture of her and her pigtails and how beautiful she was. And we'll think about her like that as you're listening, which makes it harder. I'm not going to lie. Yeah. Well, I hope his other kids are okay. And I will say that I'm glad that they're not with him.
I don't even know. I would imagine that they even went into foster care because Kayla, his wife, went into jail too for a time. She's out now. She was paroled recently.
Maybe not. Maybe they had a grandma.
Yeah, maybe.
Or maybe Uncle Kevin.
Oh yeah, Uncle Kevin seems like a stand-up guy.
Yeah, he did. He saw something and said something.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
True.
All right. Well, thanks for diving in. Thank you, Sandy, longtime listener. We appreciate all your suggestions. That's cool. We appreciate all you guys. Thanks for joining us and bearing with us and hearing Harmony's story. And come find us on social media. We have a Patreon. There's lots of cool things going on over there. Chit chats. You can learn all about our vacations. And I don't know what we talk about over there. We never know. It's a lot of fun. And then we have a crime for you too every month. So you get 2 episodes. It's cool. It's worth it. $3 a month. We appreciate it. And always remember, the world is scary. People suck. So bad. Hide in your closet.
Hey guys, Christy here. I am just jumping on real quick. If you heard the intro, you knew to stick around. We got an update on May 9th. Harmony's father, Adam, was sentenced to 45 years to life for the murder, 3.5 to 7 years for falsifying evidence, 3.5 to 7 for tampering with witnesses, 12 months for abuse of a corpse, and 48 years for second-degree assault, all to be served consecutively. So there you have it. Justice was served for this guy, and we are happy that we were able to provide you with an update. So thanks for tuning in and sticking around. Have a good day.